Hi, this is KV and this is the moon phase report for Leo. So you guys right now are, things are very much on your mind as usual with your creative abilities right now. And there may be something kind of expanding, maybe even like coming up with some kind of new genius thing that's something's triggering something that's going to help you see a new way to do something you already are doing, or just a more efficient way, or you might even have something that can actually like benefit humanity, or to benefit people in some way. And this can be something that you are come here, mama. All the animals have been making appearances on the horoscopes this time. This is Mama. Nobody sees Mama. Mama was a feral kitty in the streets of San Francisco. And your Mama wants to say hi. Nobody gets to see Mama. Mama! She's like, I don't want anybody to see me. Yeah. And Scorpio got to meet my dog. I can't remember who got to meet the other cat. But yeah, this is a cat that like only a handful of people have ever even seen, because she is so afraid of other people. So y'all got to see her. Okay, so anyway, so this can be something that you're coming up with that can like actually like help people or assist people, or there's always the thing of, you know, finding more joy, like something that you could be doing like brings joy into their life, something beautiful that, you know, beautifies their place. But anyway, so with the energies of now, there's going to be something that you're missing. So it can even be something that maybe it's even something that like something creatively that you are working on, and there's just something that is beneath the surface, or a little bit of hidden that you can't really see, that is keeping it from being as successful as you would like. So you're thinking more about getting your stuff out, getting what you're doing out into the world, and then there's something that's keeping it. It can be a mentally based issue, something where you aren't really believing in yourself. Definitely that could be something. It can be like that you're not even really, because basically the hot spot of the energies right now is going to be something related to your self-love, to your values, to something that you can do with your hands. And that's the area that you need to look at. So if, say, your creative gifts aren't being recognized in the world like you would like them to be, then this would definitely be a time to kind of go back and see like what you're saying about yourself. There can be something that's so simple like that, like there's something with how you speak about yourself, or how you really do think about yourself behind the front of what you put out for others to see. There could just be this really strong insecurity of, you know, you can play the front and be like, yeah, but inside you're like, I don't know, am I really good? Is anybody, even though you would never admit that ever, like a Leo that would ever admit that, that's not going to happen. So we can just keep this on the down low between you and me. But so it could be something like that, where you're defeating your whole purpose in getting this thing out because you are not really thinking you're all that. You know, you might be showing superficially that you're all that, but what's going on inside is that there is some cord of insecurity or something that makes you think you really can't do what you're wanting to set out to do and to share, because it feels too like it's something you want to share, almost like it has some kind of quality to it, like I said, that assists others, that kind of helps make their life better or brings more joy in it. So something like that. And let's see. Oh, yeah, that's totally funny. Yeah, I didn't catch that. So yeah, we can go back to it. It's definitely, it's something in you, and it's something that you would even be able to, doing some soul searching and going deep into your system is where this thing is hidden. So I would definitely, anytime you can kind of spend alone and journal some really kind of honest self-talk, you know, even kind of asking, what is it that I'm saying that's keeping my bounty away? Because the bounty is your birthright, you know this. So maybe looking back, kind of dialoguing with yourself just to see what comes up. Do I really love myself? You know, just kind of check out how you answer that. When I'm alone and sitting in my own space and there's nobody to entertain around me, like how do I feel about what I'm doing? You know, and what do I need to change about myself, or about how I think of myself truthfully? Because there's a truth to this thing too. It's kind of hidden, but it's a truth. And once you're able to accept the truth, it's going to be like boom, floodgates open, awesome land, you know, things just like feeling so much better, so much more positive. It's almost like this thing is like, it's kind of like, it's painted a color into your aura that is muting everything that you really are. And once you get to the bottom of this, you'll kind of like be able to clear that out, peel that layer. Maybe it's not a color, but it's a layer that's kind of sealing your things in and those things out. So by you just getting real and facing this and going, you know what? Do I really love myself as much as I say? Because I believe that like the journey to loving yourself is one of the hardest ones. I mean, we can say it, but I think the truth is in the pudding, as they say, and the truth is in kind of what you magnetize into your life. And that will be an example of how much you really do authentically love yourself. So, you know, just kind of examine that. And maybe, you know, I think too, like, people don't tend to give you as many compliments as you need, because you do always have that front of, it's all good, and I'm great, and big mouth, ah, you know, like, these crack me up. But so there's always this wanting to give off this image of something, and, you know, in the new world energies, that doesn't work anymore. You may have fooled us before, but now it's like you can't hide what the truth is inside. You know, you can't cover it up. You can't just play that everything's okay when you have something else going on, when you're lacking confidence and not really thinking you can do what you're here to do, and not really knowing if you're good enough to do this thing. So I would say, like, right now, really kind of just keep it real and look at yourself, and, you know, be alone in this, because if someone else is going to be around, you're going to want to show this other of, I'm all good, it's all good, you know, and maybe it's really not. So at least, like, honestly communicate with yourself. This can also be a time of falling in love. This can be something that you are keeping away, love, because of some mental thing that you're still holding on to. So it can even be, you know, dealing in the houses that we are. It can be an old love that's still sticking with you, and that it's keeping you from being with this person who's better for you. So it could be something like that you might need to examine, because definitely love right now is going to be where you're like, I just want to be with somebody, how come I'm alone, you know? So that'll definitely be, those kind of feelings are coming up. And if you do meet somebody right now, it can be someone who can really, like, open a lot of doors for you, and kind of take you to a different level with the quality of a person that you can meet now. And more so when we get to the new moon. So even now, like, go back and go through old relationships if you are single, and maybe, like, find the common denominator of all of them. What attracted you to them? What ended it? Just kind of do some psychoanalysis right now of why you can't attain what you want, And this, you know, let me give you a list. This can be in relation to expressing your creativity, having your creativity be recognized out in the world. This can be love, having a love partner, feeling as happy as you really show on the outside, but really having this thing like, you know, I bumped into some people at the store yesterday, and they were like, oh, and I haven't seen them in several months, but hi, you know, and they were, this one woman was like, oh, what is up with your energy? Are you in love? You have that in love energy. And I was like, well, and it was funny because I was like, gosh, this is just like how I have felt for like the past, you know, 7 months, almost every day of my life, you know. I was like, no, this is just how I feel, you know. Gosh, why did I bring that one up? I have no idea. It did just flash in my mind. But, oh, I think I was saying that. So, you know, working to get to that place where you really are what you're showing, that happy, everything's da 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 da, you know, really kind of getting to the point where it goes all the way through your body, you know, where it is like every day you're acting like you just fell in love. And it's really just because you love your life and you love what you're doing and you feel like, you know, there's a purpose to you and what you're here to do. So, if anything, if you are not experiencing all of those in the most awesome way, then it's something you're saying, you know, especially the planets right now are pointing to, it's something psychologically deeply buried in you. It's something that you're repeating, it's something you're saying, and it's something ultimately that relates to your own self-love and your own feelings of yourself. So you work on that one, and then the rest of it can all change. And I would say get working on it now, because with this new moon, although not really, huh? Okay, go work on it slow. I was getting them backwards. So you've got time with this one. But still, you know, this is a time to really look at yourself. And, you know, figure out what you're doing to keep this at bay, because it is always something within us. And this is something too, like I think I told another sign this, with this whole love thing and manifesting someone that you really love, which is just so on your mind right now. A lot of it, you know, you do need to be patient, at least with understanding that a lot of people out there really do have to ground and solidify their career expressions in the world before they're allowed to have that love thing. And it's not everybody. You know, some people meet the love of their life at 24 and, you know, they're married and, you know, it's 20 years later and, you know, all that. And then the career comes or something. But it just kind of seems like all of us have at least one that kind of comes earlier. But a lot of them come later. And even like with the love factor one, I'm always like, just wait, you know, don't rush that one. So not that this is really the thing with you, like you're supposed to wait, but if you do have to wait, understand that there are other areas of your life that you're supposed to put attention onto first. And then that's like the building block. And then from there comes this other stuff and this other stuff and this other stuff. But if you're keeping any of those things away that really are joy related, creativity related, having kids, falling in love, you know, any of those things, it's within you that is keeping it at bay. And it's just requiring you to do some inner work and really get real and be honest with what you see, and don't just push it aside. Whatever will come up to you, because it will come up to you. This is another one that may come up through the other. It may be something from somebody else delivers this message. It might even be an ex who kind of clears this all up for you. Like you'll finally be able to hear what they were saying, and maybe they've all been saying the same thing, and you'll finally be like, oh, is that enough to sabotage a relationship? And you know, maybe it is, you know. Or even like, you know, I just thought about, or if you think they're all going to cheat on you, like if you've had an experience like this and then you just are like, I know I can't trust you. And I feel like we learned this one earlier, but I can't really say that, because then when you're in love, and then you go through those same patterns again. So if it's something like that, like something happened and now you're kind of almost like sending that out there with each new one. And it's kind of like, you know, it's like whatever you think about them is what is going to happen. So they kind of say, you know, like if you keep having this fear that they're going to cheat on you, then they just do. It's almost like magnetic or something. So you're getting a whole new view of this, and like really believing you can trust someone, or really believing you can be with a love that is sustainable and long-term and not just burns out like a flame. But yeah, so everything is going to be within you though. So it's something that you're doing or saying or feeling about yourself. And it's the true, you know, the true inner truth that's hidden from everybody of how you feel about yourself. I mean, I know you're going to be like I said, you know, you're going to say, of course I love myself. But that's just the Leo front. It's not really authentic. That's what you do. That's what you're built to say, is that, of course I'm the best. But truthfully, like, it's that big lion with the big roar. But then he's like, ooh, that's kind of Leo, the lion. So understand that about yourself. So get real and go within. There's something you're cheapening who you are. And you're cheapening, if it is a relationship, the potentiality of it to be something that will last long term. Kind of shortchanging it from the memories of your past. So it's kind of time to let that go and start fresh. Friends too, honestly, might be the ones to kind of let you in on this. So yeah, kind of look for a trigger coming from outside of you, but it's a full intention is to reach something inside of you. Okay? All right, let's stop there. You have a beautiful full moon, and I will see you for the new moon on June 8th in Gemini. Okay, have a beautiful day.